Welcome everyone to What If the Demon Clan Turned Good Part 4. In the last part we dealt with the beginning of Z and Raditz. This time no one other than Raditz dies due to some quick thinking on Tien's part, though their troubles aren't over yet, as after they defeated Raditz, a voice from his scouter took over, telling our heroes that they've got a year left to live before they show up and slay everyone. Kami, who had discussed the fight unfold, then summons the Z Warriors and the Demon Clan to the lookout and discuss how they're going to deal with this world-ending threat. But before we get into that, make sure to like and sub with all notifications on to stay up to date with my what ifs and look at graph, but with that out of the way, let's continue. Kami, seeing he has no more to teach Goku and Tien, ends up seeking approval for the pair to get training from King Kai. And since Tien and Goku are alive, they have to make a stop at Capsule Corp so they can get capsules full of food from Bulma before they depart and start running along Snake Way. Though Piccolo Sr. also requests that himself and his sons to be allowed to train with this King Kai as well, though he is utterly rejected by King Yama, who believes Piccolo Sr. and his children to be too corrupt to be allowed such a privilege. So begrudgingly, the Demon Clan decides to train on the lookout alongside the Earthlings, though this doesn't last long, as a couple months into the training on the lookout, the Demon Clan end up departing early, half due to a general distrust of the people, and half due to their own hatred and disgust of the Z Warriors themselves. Though they are fully aware of the progress that the Z Warriors had made in that time, the training alongside the Demon Clan makes them that much stronger than their canon counterparts. Though the Demon Clan themselves have a sly trick up their sleeve. After learning from Goku that he had a son before he and Tien left on their journey across Snake Way, the Demon Clan hunted that son down, obviously being Gohan. It's kind of similar to the canon with Piccolo taking Gohan to train so he could one day take over the Earth with. Here it's kind of heightened as it's the same reasoning but across the whole Demon Clan. And for the Demon Clan kidnapping Gohan, that wouldn't be too hard. Though Chi-Chi does try to stop them, Piccolo Jr. ends up telling Chi-Chi about the incoming threat and that Gohan has too much potential to just waste it as they kidnap the boy. Later they are able to start training the boy, though it's rather difficult at first, given that when Gohan is first seen on screen, he's a rather timid child. Though they quickly learn of his destructive potential during a sparring match with Tambourine, who gets pretty hurt, but not enough to have him sit out of training for any period of time. And during the time they spend with Gohan, during the course of their training in preparation for the Saiyans, the Demon Clan do come to care for Gohan quite a bit. This could be seen as them being infected by that goodness, but not so much. Here it's just people with questionable morals caring for someone who has sound morals. Gohan here isn't the finishing part of Piccolo's character arc anymore, since the experience he shares with Gohan isn't one-on-one like it was in canon. It instead kind of acts like a light push in the good side direction proper. And after about 6 months of training, Chaozu, Krillin and Yamcha are then told by Kami that he's taught them all that he could, and it's up to them to continue their training on their own, which they do. Chaozu goes on their habit of wandering the earth and training, partly learned from Tien. Yamcha finds a forest wasteland area to train in, and Krillin returns to Roshi on his island and trains from there for the time remaining. Moving on to Goku and Tien, and I do see the pair getting across Snake Way faster than canon, simply because they can use teamwork to get across Snake Way more efficiently. So once they reach King Kai's planet, they'll be able to train with him for about 8 months. Though perhaps a little bit less than that, since with Tien here, I don't see them making the mistake of forgetting how much time they have left before the Saiyans arrive. So while having just slightly less than 8 months worth of training, they are still able to get back to Earth before Vegeta and Nappa arrive, which does have pretty large ramifications. And since neither Goku or Tien died in the previous part, they don't need to use the Dragon Balls to be revived either, meaning they still get to have the Dragon Balls active and possibly be used to reverse any damage that the Saiyans could inflict on the Earth/Z Warriors/Demon Clan. But also one more thing to note, once Goku and Tien return from King Kai's, they are quick to learn that Gohan was kidnapped from Kami, and that Gohan was kidnapped by the Demon Clan. This angers both Goku and Tien, however Kami stops them from running after them for a moment, and tells Goku that Gohan may have had a good impact on them. Goku nods, and then with Tien following closely behind, the duo fly from the lookout, obviously heading to the Demon Clan's home, and they are quick to see Gohan training alongside the Demon Clan like they are friends. This confusing Goku momentarily, but still confronts the Demon Clan. Piccolo Jr. and Sr. are the first to notice the immense power emanating from Goku, as he appears in front of them, calmly but sharply asking for his son back. Tambourine stops sparring with Gohan and is shocked to see Goku, but after sensing his power, Tambourine complies and tells Gohan to go to his dad. Gohan then runs to Goku, excited to see his dad again. Goku thanks the Demon Clan, and with a confused Tien and a cheerful Gohan in tow, they head out, with Tien splitting off midway to go find Chaozu. Once alone with his father, Gohan tells Goku all about how much fun he's had with the Demon Clan, which just makes Goku go, "Oh yeah?" with a light smile on his face. And then they're able to get back home. Gohan's safe return home has Chi-Chi relieved as hell, by the way. And now we get to the time skip to the Saiyan's arrival. So while everyone is about to prepare for that day's sparring matches, Vegeta and Nappa touch down on the Earth, and scan the planet with their scouters. Now the Earthlings are currently in their resting power levels, so Vegeta and Nappa don't get to see their full power. Just a bunch of power levels in the thousands and slightly below. Keep in mind, resting power levels. Vegeta and Nappa head to where those numbers are most highly condensed, which again is the Demon Clan, for what I think is obvious reasons, just more of them in the one spot. After Vegeta and Nappa arrive, they note that Piccolo Jr. and Senior are Namekians. They're not making the same note for the rest of the Demon Clan. Given their mutant appearances, it's a fair shout that Vegeta and Nappa wouldn't know that they are Namekian. The Z-Warriors arrive one after another as Vegeta makes small talk with the Demon Clan. Nappa is quick to notice that Goku is the Saiyan here, as his resemblance to his father Bardock is uncanny. Vegeta tells Nappa to plant the Saberman, which he does, sprouting out 6 Cybermen, and like canon, Vegeta intends to use them to measure the strength of his enemies. Goku, Gohan, Tien, Piccolo Jr. and Senior hang back as Tambourine, Krillin, Drum, Symbol, Yamcha and Chaozu face off with the Cybermen. And one by one, the Z-Warrior/Demon Clan members take down the Cybermen, with Chaozu being the only one seen to struggle a little. Though, through clever use of his telekinetic powers, he's able to topple the Cybermen he was facing off with. Vegeta squints at the ease the heroes took a handle of the Cybermen, and even more so at the warriors who didn't even stand in to help. Vegeta throwing off his scouter, figuring that these warriors can control the power levels, concluding that they'll not get an accurate reading with them and to just prepare for the attack. Nappa nods, throwing off his scouter as well, and starts off by rushing at Symbol and Drum, since they are warriors of similar stature to Nappa. Drum and Symbol are on the defensive straight away, as everyone else watches. Nappa doesn't let up for a second, and goes for blow after blow. Eventually Tambourine and Piano intercept, with Tambourine launching a flying kick to Nappa's face, and with Piano sweeping in his legs, finishing it off with both Drum and Symbol doing a combined punch to launch Nappa towards Piccolo Jr., who eagerly joins in to attack, though Nappa, thinking last second, fires a mouth beam right at Piccolo Jr., though he's shielded from the attack by Piccolo Sr., who was injured by the attack but not down for the count. Piccolo Jr. doesn't want to waste the opportunity his father gave him, and fires an explosive wave right at Nappa, who is hit directly by the attack. And after the explosion that follows, Nappa is seen standing, in a similar state to the cannon when Chaozu exploded himself on Nappa, though this Nappa is quickly losing his cool, and remembers that Chaozu struggled against the Cyberman and darts towards him for his next target, considering him to be an easy target, though he ends up being intercepted by Tien this time, who just tells Nappa that this was his most fatal mistake. Tien quickly bursts into Kaioken and hitting Nappa with a tri-beam at point blank range. And with the power Tien was using the attack with, I hate to say it boys, but Nappa is instantaneously killed on the spot. This brings Vegeta into action, being disgusted that a human was able to slay a Saiyan of Nappa's strength, who had been considered of the upper class. Vegeta then goes on the offensive on Tien, who after getting a surprise attack, is then able to use his max Kaioken that he can comfortably use, which is times 3. And after going into Kaioken times 3, Tien and Vegeta are fighting on pretty equal footing. Disgusting Vegeta, who pushes himself to his peak power, and with Vegeta's tenacity, and with the strain that's associated with the Kaioken, Tien isn't quite able to best Vegeta here in combat. Though at seeing his rival struggle, Goku jumps into the fray, also in Kaioken, though just times 2, and helps his buddy out. With the combo of Tien and Goku assaulting him, Vegeta is driven into a corner, and goes into his Grade 8 mode after summoning up the power needed to create the Power Ball. And after a quick confrontation with this Grade 8, Goku still having the canon moment where he realizes he himself killed his grandpa, the duo of Tien and Goku know they won't overcome Vegeta with strength alone. Though after blinding Vegeta momentarily with the solar flare and having everyone hide quickly, including Tien, who's gone off to go charge the Spirit Bomb, falling upon the strength of his allies and frenemies, who all lend him their strength. Goku is still out in the open, to distract Vegeta while Tien gets the counterattack ready. Meanwhile, Krillin is doing some of his own tactical work, and is quickly going through the basics of the Destructo Disc with everyone present, excluding Tien and Goku right now, so that when they get the chance, to use the Destructo Disc to cut off Vegeta's tail. But back with Goku and Vegeta, Goku has pushed his Kaioken to times 4, hoping his body doesn't collapse on him, as he tries desperately to evade Vegeta's attacks, though eventually Vegeta is able to grab a hold of Goku and starts squeezing the life out of him, like the canon did. But it's at this moment that Krillin puts his plan in action as everyone besides Tien and Goku throw a destructive disc at Vegeta. And in the chaos of that attack, Vegeta does in fact lose his tail. If it were just one destructive disc, Vegeta would have dodged it, but considering it was quite a few, yeah, he got. Then Vegeta reverts to his base form as Tien jumps into the air throwing the spirit bomb right at Vegeta, who manages to dodge, but even with his broken body, Goku was able to raise a hand for the spirit bomb to bounce off of, hitting Vegeta in the back. And like canon, this doesn't actually kill Vegeta, but it certainly ends the fight. Tien goes to finish Vegeta off, but is stopped by Goku, for the normal canon reasons. He was fun to fight, and it'd be a shame to kill him right here and now. Tien then reluctantly allows Vegeta to live. Vegeta then climbs into his space pod, shouting something about how big of a mistake they just made. Vegeta here not ever learning of the Dragon Balls. And this time, they'll just use them to revive everyone from that one city Nappa blew up, since, you know, Nappa and Vegeta showing up and blowing up the city, that's still like remained canon. Vegeta just leaves, telling the Earthlings to prepare for his return, because once he's back, he'll slaughter them all, and just laughs maniacally in between spurts of pain. Though this still means the hero successfully fended off the Saiyan invasion threat, though it doesn't seem completely over with since Goku let Vegeta live. But after the battle, everyone goes home, except Goku, Tien, Piccolo Jr. and Senior, who go to Korin's real quick to grab some sensus, Goku and Tien to get one for themselves, Piccolo Senior to get one for himself, and Piccolo Jr. to get two for his brother's drum and cymbal. And Korin would have some since Goku and Tien didn't bring any to the battlefield. But with that said, that's about all I've got time for in this part. I hope you all enjoyed this one, and who knows what's in store for the future of the Z Warriors and the Demon Clan, as it's not just their future, but what their relation to one another will form to be over time, since this makes up the second time they banded together on a common goal. That kind of thing tends to build friendships, and the Demon Clan are rather fond of Gohan. But yeah, I'm gonna leave it at that. Like the video if you liked it, subscribe if you want to, but please do, it does help me out. With that said, I've been the Dragon Ball What If Bro, and I will see you guys next time.